paper is given to you manually. You decide in a corner and you cast your vote without hindrance. Ballots are subsequently sorted and counted manually. It's just the arithmetic accuracy that is entered into from easy. It's still manual, essentially. And we need to avoid glitches, interference, unnecessary hacking in this age of computer inquisitiveness.
So you heard that was President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. We need to avoid glitches, computer hacking in this age of computer inquisitiveness. And that's some of the reasons why they had to keep, that back door for INEC to be able to, manually collate results. But this is what's interesting. Yesterday, I had a very detailed conversation. I'll keep going back to yesterday because the conversation I had with my guest, INEC former National Commissioner for Voter Education, Festus Okoye, it said a lot. He broke down a lot. There were many others. Recently, Mike Guinea had also come out to say he regrets the years he spent in INEC. There was also the former INEC chairman, is it Mahmoud? We said a few things about, electronic conducting the elections electronically. But today, I would just help us understand something. That whether or not we transmit the results electronically, we do whatever we do, if we eventually go to court, the Constitution of Nigeria, as it concerns election, does not recognize IREV or any of those electronic things that is... what it means is, it means if you go to court now and there's arguments will be made that this is what the Constitution recognizes as a way of collating results. The IREV is not recognized by the Constitution as an instrument for collation of results. I'm just saying, it does not. It does not. So for many of us that would feel that, if at all they had said that we're going to be uploading the results electronically, then the elections will be... No, there's still a lot of tidying up to do if we want to get the process to be as smooth as we want. There's still a lot of loopholes that need to be closed. Everybody's focusing on transmit the result, transmit. It's not just that one. No. We have to make sure that the Constitution recognizes. It was the same thing with what happened where BVAS, they say Constitution does not recognize, it's not in the Constitution, does not recognize this BVAS thing. They had to now do amendment later. In that came server. The Constitution does not recognize this server thing. People were arguing that, judiciary did. No, judiciary did not did. It's you that didn't really take your time, or you did not get the lawmakers representing you to do a good job with educating you and letting you know exactly what the Constitution covers as it concerns conducting elections, and what is recognized by law. Some of these people know these things, and some of them use those loopholes. Well, that's not basically... I'm not a lawyer to start... you can go find out yourself, read and understand why the words that were used in the Constitution at different times were used. Those words, it's very important. The words that were used and what those words mean. If you eventually go to the court of law, it will play a long way. That is why you usually hear go to court. Because some people know some things there and how to play around them. You don't. However, the president has now signed into law the Electoral Act amended. 2026 amendment has been signed into law. Are you still hyped for 2027 after that assent of the president? That's my first question. Are you still hyped for 2027? Second is, what are the concerns you have about this amendment? What are the issues? Because if you really look at it, some will say it's okay, it's a good one, the amendments that were made. So what are your concerns? What are the major concerns you have over the new electoral law? For 2027, are you still excited? Does this bill further boost your eagerness to participate in 2027 February general election? That's the question. That's the question. And it's very simple. So constitutionally, in this country, this is how it works. The Supreme Court's clarification is very simple. If you look at the 2023 general election, the exact question went to the Supreme Court in the case of Atiku Abubakar, I was saying it before, versus INEC, and Peter Obi versus INEC. IREV is only for public viewing, not collation. I'm telling you that you have to go and learn. You guys think you have to learn. There are loopholes everywhere. So IREV is for public viewing, not collation. And my guest yesterday was very quick to also say, if we really want to hold these lawmakers and get them to do what is right, they have to change it from view to collation. Viewing and collation. That this device should be used for viewing and collation of the result. As it stands, no, that is not what is still used. You are still going to depend on that returning officer. That is the person that has the final say, not a machine, not a technology. It is still the form and that individual that is recognized by law. So whatever is amended, however they do, like transmit the result from here to, if they do not include it and amend that area of the law to agree that, okay, going forward as a country, this is how we are going to be conducting our elections. This is how we are going to collate our election results. And this is how we are going to announce the results. It's still technically going to be a waste of time. So if you look at that case, Atiku Abubakar, INEC, Peter Obi, INEC, it clearly stated that the court held that IREF portal is a tool for transparency, not the legal tool for collating results. Do you get this? This is where elections are won or lost in court, because some people know these little tweaks. Many others are carried away and excited with upload the result, thinking that if you upload it, that's all. Oh, you could upload it, but eventually, if we eventually go to court for whatever reason, the court would not recognize whatever is on that high rev as the document backed by constitution. It will not. Even if in your eye, what is written on IREV seems to be more accurate than what is on the paper on ground, the court would still go with this, because what it recognizes is that E4, but paper, whatever it's called. When it came to manual versus electronic, the court also clarified that while the Electoral Act of 2022 allows for electronic transmission, which is okay, the Constitution does not mandate it. You are forgetting too soon. That's why it's my job this morning to have this conversation with you. To perhaps maybe help some people open their minds and understand. As much as the court has said, oh yes, we amended the part of the Electoral Act, we can transmit this thing. The Constitution, which is the document that governs everything, does not mandate it. Therefore, a failure to upload result to a portal does not, on its own, make election result unconstitutional or invalid. Let it sink in. Let it sink in so you understand what's coming. Let it sink in so you you know what you are protesting for. For those some of us who are protesting, you know what you should be protesting for. You know where you should focus your energy on. So basically, if you want to get this the way you have it in mind as a people, there is a whole lot of work to do. It's not just about amending one part of the Electoral Act. There's a whole lot of amendment to do. What does the law recognize as results? I'll shock you. What the law recognizes as results is very simple. So if you go under the combined reading of the Constitution and the Electoral Act of 2022, a result is only recognized, look at this, Form EC8A, which is the physical result sheet, which is where I'm saying, and my guest said yesterday, Whether IREF own comes and says, oh, Mr. A scored 58 there in this place, but the physical sheet said Mr. A scored 49 or 52. It is the physical one that the Constitution recognizes, not your IREF. Not your IREF. The physical one is what has the backing of the Constitution. You would only be shouting Ojoro, 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 while your judiciary has done. The judiciary is only working with the tools that they have. It's not their fault that the tool is faulty. They are going to make do with the tools that they have. That's number one. Number two, physical collation. So the manual movement of these forms toward local government and state collation centers. I'm telling you what the Constitution recognizes. Then the declaration. This is the verbal announcement and signing of the final return form by the returning officer. So if we are going to see effective change and effectively robust electoral process, you see these three things I mentioned has to be covered in law. It's not enough to say let them transmit it. No, the Constitution has to recognize them to the point where they become admissible in court as evidence to take priority, and not where we would now be saying the things that was said in 2022. Because everybody's just focused on that. Oh, transmit it. Oh, upload it. Oh, there's more, and that's why I'm taking my time to break this down for you. And then I come again with the question: so, how hyped are you for 2027 after the president's assent to the 2026 Amendment Electoral Bill, which is now law? That's the major question. And knowing what you know now, what you have heard me say, does it change anything? Let's even imagine that they had said they removed that loophole of INEC can. Many describe it as a loophole because people think people can take advantage of that to manipulate the process. Which also brings me to ask, how informed are our lawmakers, the people representing us at the assembly? How informed are they? Because from what the cases we've had in court and what the law says, even if they say INEC can transmit from polling unit, upload the result, if they still eventually, for whatever reason, take it to court, there are still several other loopholes via which a person can come out and win the election. That's what this basically is telling us, if it's anything to go by. 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003, and 0817-923-0007. Those are the numbers to call this morning to join the conversation. We'd like to hear from you. 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003, and 0817-923-0007. You can send a WhatsApp message to 0809-030-6416. That is the WhatsApp number. Nigeria Info, good morning. Hello, good morning to you.
Yes, I'm Sir Savior calling from Element.
Okay, Savior, go on.
With what you have just enlightened me this morning, that means we are still on square one. We are still on the allegedly the rigging side of the election. So we are not moving forward. We are still stagnant. That's what I'm saying. Thank you.
All right, Chima, good morning.
Efiemi, good morning.
Yes.
You've taken your time to explain the best you could, but the issue is that those that have already waxed their ear wouldn't want to listen. But it is so pathetic that no matter how you like you do it, nobody has ever lost election in Nigeria. They will always say they were rigged out. You cannot say you're holding a nation down because of a technology that you borrowed that we have not really even understood the technology. It's not possible. Why the thing is coming into us, why we're going to infuse it in us, it is systematically that we're going to do that. It's not an automatic thing. So to me, I would say you should just relax. Maybe you're doing your work. They will have worked. All the things you're saying, they know it, or they know the truth. They don't know it. They are looking for a way to say yes, it was big. Don't like let me bring somebody as a yardstick. Go to me and make you my brother. He has been in the system. He was, in fact, he just left the system. Even when he was heading the system, his party, the evidence of that was the highest majority in the Senate. Why did he not pass this bill into law? Why did he not persuade his boss after Buhari that loved him so much? They know all these things. So to me, it has come. We are going to do the election. If you want to do, you do. If you don't want to do, I will pursue to do. And with time, we will get it right. My name is Chimadike Forumo.
All right, we're going a quick commercial. But note this, if we must get it right, it's beyond just what we are clamoring for. There's a whole lot of changes that need to be made. The changes that need to be made to the Constitution to accommodate our electoral process, the way we imagine it, and make it more transparent and make it more comfortable for anyone to participate in and feel confident that the system will defend the votes. It's beyond just what we're saying or what we're asking. There's a lot more that needs to be done. After the break, we'll get your thoughts. Good morning. The conversation continues. Good morning. My name is Ifiemi Andrew. We go straight back into the phone lines now and get your thoughts. Are you feeling confident going into 2027? Are you still hyped following the president's assent to the Electoral Act recently amended? Let me know what you think. And what are your concerns? Because we need to even understand what you know about this amendment. Why are you upset with the amendment? Is it because of what everybody said? Or have you taken time to go look at it as well and figure like, okay, this is where I have a problem. This is why. Or because people are protesting against it as well and they just said something and you are like, oh, okay, me too. I don't like it. Let's find out. So for you,